Okay. Great. So let's start with Andy B because you haven't been here for a couple meetings. You've been a ton of stuff going on.
Right. So just talking about the Wild Fit stuff. So I had that time when I had the constipation and I wasn't losing any weight. And I truly think it was the coconut milk only because it was so very sweet when I tasted it and I hadn't had anything sweet. And so I really do think that to me that was just too sweet for my own system, maybe not for others. But then also I did start my period 2 days ago. So I'm wondering if part of it could have been bloating and then the sugar and just everything combined. But now I'm back on track. I've lost a few more pounds. I'm down 17 pounds altogether.
Dang.
Wow.
I'm really I'm starting to really, really see it. So I can't wait to do my measurements again. But just totally back on track, not really craving a lot, but like my son was eating Cheetos the other day and I was like, wonder what those would taste like. And it really, the biggest thing to me is that food, and I think I mentioned in one of my posts, food is like so off my radar. And like I was always like, I knew exactly how many sweets we had in our cupboard. I wanted to be the last one to eat it. Like I have to have the last one. I have got, and these are some of my favorite things, Trader Joe's maple leaf cookies and their dark chocolate salted caramels that I bought for the training. Didn't have any. Somebody brought homemade flan. Didn't have any. Brought those things with me back home. Totally forgot they were there. Brought them home Saturday night. Monday morning I'm making my lunch and I'm like, oh, yeah. And I mean, I would have been like obsessing with them. Like they would have already been gone, first of all. But then if they weren't, then I would have been obsessing over them, or I would have hid them from Ted and Jet so I could eat them later. Like it really just doesn't. It like there is no even food devil. It just truly doesn't. It's not even on my radar. For training, we went out to dinner, and I actually called ahead and I said, "Hey, I'm the customer who's got it, this, that." And they're like, "Oh yeah, everything, we can do anything you need gluten free. Don't even worry about it. No big deal." So I got there. I had a steak. I said just no seasoning at all. Just that way, there's no confusion. And I said, and then grilled asparagus, just cooked in oil if you need anything like that. And then he even wrote down no butter, no sugars, no alcohol. And off he went. And I had an amazing steak and grilled asparagus. And
nice.
The person across from me ordered the same thing, but she had it with the cream sauce and whatever. And it looked good, but mine was just as yummy. So I don't know. I feel like there's a few things I'm like of course I want fruit. I cut up fruit for Jet and I'm like, oh, it just smells so yummy. And then today I was like, ooh, I really want some yogurt. I don't know why, like that kind of, and then it just goes. And then I'm just off doing something. Like it really just is like the quickest little snap of an idea. And then I'm okay. I just don't obsess about food anymore like I used to. And there's like one day, I forget when it was, and I know this is not good, but shows how like not even hungry I am. I had my Alka-Geyser and like a handful of nuts and my water. That's all I had all day. And then the next one I'm like, okay, I can't do that. But I wasn't hungry. Like I wasn't like hungry. And Ted and Jet weren't home. And I'm like, I just don't even want to cook it. Like I'm just not hungry. So
yeah,
it's really weird and wonderful. I mean, wonderfully weird to go from somebody who obsessed and hid food, ate food in my car, all those weird, crazy things, to now just kind of being like, okay, let me just go drink an Alka-Geyser, a handful of nuts. I'm good for the day. All right. It's mind-boggling to me. It truly is mind-boggling.
Are your husband and Jet saying? Are they noticing? Are they making comments at all about your change?
Jet has, my husband hasn't. So, but that's my husband. So he's one of those, I love you no matter what you look like. So he doesn't really focus in on that. So I'm cool with that. But
I mean, not on how you look even so much, but just I can't believe you didn't eat that, the flan that you brought home or that you.
No, because they don't know how much I hid my food.
Oh.
And so I mentioned it the other night, and they're like, "What do you mean?" I said, "I would hide food from you. I would get a candy bar at the store, and I would hide it in the back of the pantry where you couldn't see it." And my husband looked at me like, "You psychopath!" Like he was just like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like, that's how bad I was." And I'm like, and I don't even I know there's stuff in there, and I'm like, I brought it home and they were still gone for the weekend. Like I would have eaten it and they wouldn't have even known I brought it home to even try to share with them with the best of intentions. So he was shocked by that, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I used to do, and which was a big thing to admit. Like he doesn't know all of my bad eating habits in the past. He does know I'm eating less. He goes, you just don't eat very much of that. I'm just really not hungry. So,
Is any of the Easter stuff? I mean, are you feeling any weird? I mean, you said it's not really, but with Easter or the candy or the holiday?
I got candy for Ted and Jet, and the bags are, in the other room, hiding. But not really. Like I'm thinking, okay, those are all going to taste artificial and weird. Like I would rather have like a tiramisu versus something like that. But yeah, I'm kind of like, oh, I wonder what a Kit Kat would taste like. Oh, I wonder what a Reese's peanut butter cup would taste like. But I'm just kind of like, Wah. Then I found Peterson's hams and bacon don't have any sugars, anything in it, and they sell it at Sprouts and Whole Foods and everything. So my husband loves the honey baked, sugary, whatever hams, and I'm like, okay, we're not doing that this year. Sorry. And I bought one of their hams, so it's a smoked ham, no uncured, no night, like the whole big shebang. So I can still have ham on Easter, and then I'm going to make Brussels sprouts, and I know. And then Ted and Jet are going to have like the corn and the mashed potatoes and the rolls, all of which I really want to like preach to them and say, do you know how bad this is? But I don't. And so whatever. So, so yeah, I mean, I just really don't, it doesn't really, I don't know. It just doesn't, it works. Like and I don't want to say it's not hard for me, but it's not hard for me. Like
yeah. You get almost like past a point where you're past the cravings.
Yeah.
And you're staying hydrated, you're filling all of your food requirements, and it's okay.
Yeah.
So do you think this is something that you can maintain for your life? Just, it's easier. Obviously you have other foods that you can do, but don't you think this will stay in your mind for the rest of your life?
Oh, I absolutely. Yeah. One of the huge things is my skin is completely cleared up, and that's always been a huge thing for me. And so that and the weight loss and the feeling healthy, I know I'm going to be getting less sleep working these 2 jobs now. But knowing, and even there's been some emotional days. I was so happy about getting the job, and I was like, no, we're not going to go out and celebrate. And then the husband and Ted and Jet were like, no, let's go. It's a family thing. Okay, well, we went to an Italian restaurant. I knew exactly what salad I was going to get. But in my mind, I'm like, I'm not making food my celebration. I knew. I told him. I know. So I'm like, I'm going to get a pedicure or something different, which I didn't do. But I was like, food's not your celebration. Then, so there would have been an emotional eating trigger. Didn't do it. The anniversary of my brother's death was the other week. That was emotional. No, let me go hide in a corner and eat or whatever. Stress just this week because I started training on my other job and first job, and I just feel like I've been going everywhere. No stress eating. Like we don't have a lot in the house anyway because I'm like trying to keep but I mean there are things. I mean there's chips in there, there's Doritos I think in there, and there's yogurt, which I don't know why, but lately I'm like which I know you can make coconut milk yogurt, so maybe in the future. But no, it just. Yeah, I think I could do this. I think I could go in and out of the different seasons. I think I could maintain this because it.
Yeah. There's even certain kinds of ice. I mean, not ice cream, but like coconut milk ice cream or almond milk ice cream. If you ever want to have an occasional treat in the future, with, there's so many, like if you did feel like you wanted to have a sweet treat, there's so many delicious, your taste buds have changed so much, the fruit is going to taste amazing.
Yeah. I had a tomato yesterday. I haven't had tomato in a while. Like I get usually cherry tomatoes over, and I was at Sprouts and I was like, ooh, they have these big, huge beefsteak tomatoes. And I was like, oh my God, that looks delicious. And I had one yesterday and I cut it up and I cut half of it up with an avocado with some jalapeno and some lemon juice and a little bit of garlic. And then the other half, I just ate it, just over the sink, dripping everywhere. It was so like, it was like the best tomato I've ever had. And it was just
Yay!
a tomato. But and I love tomato, but it's just like, I mean,
You
like
can
on my
taste it.
yeah, like it just, everything just, like I taste it. Like I truly, truly feel like I'm tasting food. Like I said, that steak and asparagus that I had the other night, oh my God, it was amazing. Like, and it was just so simple and so easy. So yeah, I think this is maintainable for me in the future. I really, really do.
I see things, changes in you so much already. Like your face looks so much slimmer, your complexion, your energy. Like, how are you with your napping? You were napping
Oh,
all the time.
I don't. Well, okay, I will
You're
admit,
exhausted.
the only time I nap is if I'm on call the night before, because even if I don't get a call, I just sleep real fitfully. Like I'm like waiting for a call, so I know I don't sleep well. So usually I will, but instead of like the 3-hour nap where like my husband thinks I'm like dead to the world, it's like for an hour, and then I wake up and I'm kind of like, okay. But otherwise, no naps, nothing like that. Sleeping, like I usually sleep 3 hours, and then I wake up, and for like half an hour, I'm like truly like wide awake. Okay. Then I eventually tire back down and I go back to sleep, and it's like another 3 to 4 hours. I'm up before my alarm. Like I usually get up at like 6:30. My husband gets up at 5, and I'm usually up somewhere in between that time. Sometimes I'm up before him. Sometimes I'm not up until 6. But either way, it used to be 6:30 and then snooze, 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 snooze. And now, excuse me, it's just get up, let's go. Still a little sleepy, but then the energy seems to pick up. And I don't know if that's the Alkagizer and starting to get me going. And yeah, hard-boiled eggs and jerky are my, like, those are my best friends. And tuna, I will get tuna, and because it's quick and it's something that's, I'm not hungry. So sometimes I'm like, I don't even want to cook anything.
Right.
Those are like good go-to for me. And then prepping ahead is, if I have something prepped, then I feel good. So yeah.
Perfect. And are your clothes fitting differently? Are you noticing that?
Yep, I've been noticing in my chest more, and then just this past week, probably because the bloating's going away, really noticing it more in my waist now. So, and I'm so happy about that. So, yep, clothes are fitting better, and my wedding rings just spin around my finger. They're so loose now. So, yeah, it's all awesome.
Good. I'm so glad you're doing great. It makes me so happy. Hooray!
Yay!
Yay! Good check-in. Is there anything else you want to share?
I think that's about it. It really has been easy, and I am so happy for that, because I would never have guessed it would have been this easy.
Yeah. I mean, there are little cravings that come up, or little, you see people eating Doritos or whatever, or you think about it. But I mean, for me, I get by smelling everything too.
Yeah.
Or just, I mean, the whole, if you cheat, you're going to get set back 3 days. That's always in your mind. It's not like, oh, if I cheat, it's only a couple extra calories.
Right.
You're setting back.
Switch.
Yeah. You're like, oh, dang.
Yeah.
So,
and that's coconut. That was that coconut milk. I was like, oh man. And only because and so it took me that day to realize, yeah, that took you off way too much.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't even like, if Ted, like tonight we're like going to do a movie night, and they're going to make popcorn, which they did the other night too. And I was like, meh. And then they've been eating chips around me all the time. And like, I'm not even like, they had something, I forget what it was, that they brought home from camping this past weekend, that even like the smell of it, I'm like, ew, it just kind of smells greasy. Like it just was like, meh. So yeah, it just smooth sailing for now.
That's amazing. Yeah, I'm so thrilled. Huge difference from the beginning.
Huge.
I love it.
No idea. Plus, I was so sick at the beginning, so even now, I just feel so damn good. I just do. Yeah.
That's great. Good for you. I'm so proud of you, and for staying strong too, and just keep on pushing through.
Yeah. Thank you.
And with all the stuff going on in your life and everything, to still be making the right choices, and taking the extra time to call ahead to the restaurant to make sure that they know you're coming. That's really smart, and really makes a huge difference, that they're not confused or anything. You're getting what you need, and they're accommodating you. So good job. Excellent.
Thank you.
So how
I'm
are you
glad to know about Peterson's ham and bacon. Thanks for the tip.
Oh yeah, they Sprouts and Whole Foods, and I think a few other markets. And so that's our ham, and then they had the bacon at Sprouts too, I think.
Okay.
And then I think they also sell sausages as well. Like they have if you look up their website, I think it's Peterson's Farms maybe, and then it'll list all of their different products. And then I think you can put, where can I find it locally? And you put in your zip code, and it'll tell you the stores that that carry it.
Sell it. Perfect. That's perfect. I'm going to do that.
Yeah. I'm
going to look that one up. I'm kind of wearing out of chicken and fish.
Right. I know.
I love cinnamon, so, I've been doing good there.
So how are you doing, Paula?
Well, I watched Eric's video, and I decided that I'm going to do a cleanse. Because I keep moving in and out of being constipated. It's just one direction and then the other. I wasn't doing coconut milk, but I have been eating almond butter. And even though the contents are only almond butter, and I put it in celery, I'm thinking, since he mentioned that, nuts might be a problem, that maybe I should restrict that at least for 2 or 3 days. I don't have any cravings. I have good self-control. I actually have almost zero appetite, which means I'm kind of forcing myself to eat, which I don't think that's too good. I think I need to figure out something a little better than that. Like I said, I'm tired of cauliflower and I'm tired of chicken. There's plenty of other things. I just don't seem to have almost any taste. I mean, I don't taste a lot.
Are you still eating a large amount of Alka-Geyser? How much Alka-Geyser are you taking?
No, I'm probably having about 14 to 16 ounces a day. I could increase it. That actually tastes okay. It's just it becomes very rote to do exactly the same thing for a long time.
Right.
And I've tried ginger. I tried a few things. It's just my energy dropped for some reason. I'm not sure exactly why that is, but I do have a sinus infection, so that's part of this too. Is I realize I'm still detoxing, and when I listened to his video, I picked that up right away. That maybe I need to do the cleanse, and I use the steamer, and that helps, but. I definitely have a dripping sinus and have for probably 3 weeks. So, I got to work on that. Things are prepped. I've got hard-boiled eggs. Now I'm going to have the celery, but I'm not going to put the peanut butter in it. Or not peanut butter, but almond butter. I sleep great. I have no pain. I now hear my knee popping loudly, but I have no pain when it pops. I used to hear it quieter because there was so much inflammation, I think. Now it's a big pop, but there's no pain at all. So,
have you been getting rain?
Have I been getting rain? Has it been rain? Excuse me?
Have you been getting weather? Because last time you got rain, you were having bad pain. Just for that one?
Yes. No, we haven't had any rain. In fact, today it was 84.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, my house was 82, and I looked at it and thought, I'm just going to turn the fans on.
Yeah, it was warm. It was warm down here, too. Beautiful day, though.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So, I think the other thing is I need to start probably pretty early and go for a long walk, not a short one, but a longer one. Just have an Alka-Geyser and take my water with me. The only thing I'm putting in water is mint.
That's okay.
I grow mint.
That's fine.
I don't put anything.
Wait, so you're walking now? You're walking?
Yeah, but not very much. I think I need to increase it.
How are your joints doing with that?
It's interesting because I used to have a nerve pain area in my left thigh, and I'm not noticing that at all. My knee doesn't swell. I measured my knee above and before the walking, and it did not swell. But that's like 15 minutes of walking. It's not a long walk, and it's flat. I'm doing it in a shopping center.
But that's
but there is
that's still good.
Yeah, there's a nerve pain place on my left leg, but it's not very much. It's not enough to stop me. So I'm thinking maybe I should just start early, have an alkalizer, take water with me, and just walk, set it out to walk for like 40 minutes and see if that kind of pushes things over the edge. Also, I think it increases, somehow, if you walk or run, you can get in, or swim, you can get in a zone. And when you're in that zone, everything starts to feel pretty good. And I think I need to get in that zone. So if I can do it, I'm going to try doing it. And then after I do that, which is real close to a parking lot, so I can get to my car, if it works, then I'll start trying to take the walk around a section of the lake that means that I have to park some distance away. And the reason I don't do that unless I'm with somebody is I've always been afraid I can't get back. There's no way for me to get to my car easily. So I'm going to figure that out.
Yeah, be careful and be safe for sure. Don't put yourself at any risk. The mall sounds perfect because you said you could stop and sit at a bench if you need to or something like that.
Yeah. I got myself detracted because I walked. I looked at my phone. I walked and I said, okay, this is good. And then I found the baby store and I went in there.
Oh, that's right. Oh, how fun.
I went in there and spent money.
But you know what? Even just shopping and standing is good for you. Even just standing is.
Oh, yeah. Well, I stand all the time. I have a friend who just had hand surgery. She works in a bar, and she has to go back before she's supposed to. She's only working 3 days a week, so I'm going to go over there from 11 to 7 for a couple of those days, and she has to shadow me. I'm not going to shadow her. She can't get, her hand can't go in water, and she can't pull those handles on the, on the beer. So I said, no, I'll be there. So that'll have me standing from 11 to 7.
Wow, that's a long day. Well, yeah. It sounds pretty fun though too.
Oh yeah, it'll be fun. Good. I won't drink, I promise.
You can get like a contact high from everybody, just
yeah.
Close to them, you get contact high.
If it only worked that way.
I mean, yeah. I'm not a drinker, and I love going to social events and just like it's fun.
Yeah,
you almost feel you get that little tipsy feeling.
Yeah,
just because
people get playful. They do. They get amusing.
Mm-hmm.
And foolish.
How are you doing? I know you're getting bored with you got a ton of cauliflower. I know it's kind of a hard, boring time right now, but it is the best cleansing time, and this is where we're getting. How are you doing overall on everything? Have you lost any weight? You've lost a bunch of inches.
I haven't lost much more in weight. I seem to have just hit some kind of plateau. And I try not to look at the fact that on the program I gained 6 pounds, because when I look at that, I don't feel great, even though I lost it. Mm-hmm. My mind was set on looking at where I clocked in,
right?
To, rather than what I put on. Because while I was putting it on, I was saying to myself, no. And then, I finally said, okay, you just have to let go, because like they say, if you want to be a trapeze artist, you can't hold on with one hand. So you got to let go. So that I find myself going back to that place. And I need to, I put the weight on over a period of time. and I had a lot of pain, which caused me not to be able to have as much. Well, I could have a lot of motion, but not for a sustained period of time.
Right.
And now, I worked in the yard last week at one time for 4.5 hours straight. And I've been doing things like that, making notes of things differently than I have for a long time, so that I can actually measure it. And that's helpful. It's helpful to see the difference between working for an hour and a half or so, or 2 hours, to actually being able to easily sustain the effort for 4.5 hours. And then I did another 3 hours the day after that. So,
yeah.
And without pain. Done.
And without pain.
Yeah, without pain. And actually, pretty upbeat. I think that is a key for me. I think sometimes the physical activity, once I get in the zone, is very satisfying. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why I have no sense of taste right now, but I don't taste much. I've been avoiding the fruit in the store because I don't even want to smell it. It looks gorgeous. And right. I don't want to go there. I want to stay where I am. I knew I'd be in the category 3. Mm-hmm. And I'm fine with that. I have a ton of weight to lose. So I'd be happy to lose another 40 pounds. So I'm just going to stick with it.
Yeah, good. Don't get discouraged. I know, you have lost quite a few inches.
A lot.
You've, like you said, you don't have the pain anymore. Your energy seems more to me. I don't know if that's true, but you worked in the garden 2 days in a row.
Yeah, it is, because it's not just mental energy. Mm-hmm. I've always had lots of mental energy, but I think the last time I told you I'd lost 11 inches, and I've lost 15.5 inches.
Wow.
So that's a lot of inches. Even my shoulder measurement is smaller. My waist measurement is substantially smaller. My hips are smaller.
So you can definitely feel it in your clothes.
Yeah, my neck, of all things, I lost an inch in my neck.
Wow.
That's like, well, okay.
Are people noticing, or do you see people regularly? Like,
I really have been so busy with the homeless crew. And I got a woman in the hospital now, and we're trying to get her in emergency housing. And I met with, the patient advocate about that. And she's, her ex and I get along well, and she's got a 14-year-old son. So I talk to him so that he can give the kid the update rather than, I don't want him to. And she doesn't make any sense on the phone in the hospital because she's so medicated. And, her daughter is 22 in San Jose, and she's coming out here, so she'll probably stay with me for about a week. So, I've been so busy with that I haven't seen kind of the regular crew. And that crew has just so many really kind of desperate needs that they don't notice things like that much.
Right.
They don't really, it's not that they're really focused entirely on themselves, because they aren't, because they always ask me, they know about my knee, and they always ask me if they can wash my car or, cut the lawn. I don't have lawn, but it's just something that, particularly the men are, I'll come and cut your lawn. So, doing things for them. I have them looking at the food that we feed them a little bit differently. That I also recognize that a lot of what we work with is donation.
Right.
And we're very fortunate to have people who have fruit trees, and, and some of the local farmers will donate to us. So they get a lot of fresh food that way. But there's also, a lot of grains and pasta and whatever. And some places the managers will give us some pizzas. And these are people that sometimes go for 2 days without eating. So,
right.
You can do what you can do, but, I have paid attention to that. And so, no, nobody has said anything yet. But next week when I'm working for Missy, I would imagine a couple of people in that bar are going to say, you look different.
I know, and by next week too. Hey, what did you say, 14 and a half?
15 and a half.
15 and a half.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's a lot of inches.
That's huge.
That's, really,
that's quite,
yeah.
I mean, that's amazing. I mean, with that amount of inches, I'm really surprised that you haven't had weight loss, but you know, it's going to other places and it will come. It really will, Paula. Just stay strong.
You know, and the other thing that's really interesting is I had all of that bloat, and not only did I lose in my waist, but my midsection is almost the same size as my waist. So everything's gone there. That's really amazing to me. I go, oh, wow. I don't look like I'm pretty much pregnant. So,
that's great. So you're noticing all the changes, and what about your mood or your outlook and all of that?
I'm determined, so I'm okay there. I haven't been under a lot of stress, really. I had a little stress about getting her in the hospital and getting some stuff taken care of there, but it wasn't like I was stressed. It was just like I have to stay really focused on this and get people to follow through with what they say or say no. Sometimes people, instead of saying no, will just say, well, I don't know. You should just say no, because then I can move on.
Right.
I don't know means I'm going to keep checking with them, and I don't like to bother people. If they can do something, that's great. If they can't, that's understandable. Everybody has their life. I do go into a little blue mood now and then, and I'm not sure what. I think that may be more holiday related than anything else. Greek Easter is a really big deal, and we haven't been doing it for a number of years. So I'm just kind of.
Everybody lives far away, so you can't keep the family together.
Yeah, they don't really look at it the same too. So, but I'm very excited about the baby, and everything's going well. So, phew, that's great. That's great.
That's wonderful. Yeah. So you're staying strong. You had any temptations where you really had to fight with the little devil, or just wanted to?
No, I think what happened is because I have so little. I'm not tasting much because I like my salads. That I do. I like just a big green salad with a hard-boiled egg in it, and maybe some tuna. I'm sick of chicken, so maybe some tuna, or maybe I put some canned salmon in a couple of times. That was pretty good. I kind of want to eat olives, but I question them.
They should be vinegar concept. They should be okay as long as they don't have any added sugar or anything.
Yeah, there's no sugar in them, but I just somehow, I don't know, maybe I'll try olives. I'm definitely going to stop for at least 3 days the almond butter, even though it's absolutely nothing but almond butter.
Right.
He mentioned that nuts can be a little, So the thing that entices me, yeah?
Often people will way overeat nuts too. And if you think about how many nuts it takes to make a tablespoon of almond butter, it's quite a few nuts. So if you are eating the almond butter, you need to be careful that it's a little bit of almond butter with your celery, not a little bit of celery with your almond butter. And also people tend to, when they're eating nuts, they'll go grab a handful, or they'll keep a bowl right next to them. If you just keep it in the other room and grab a handful every once in a while instead of keeping a huge amount in front of you, and try to do the shelled because it makes it. Yeah. But
I think I was eating about 2 tablespoons of almond butter a day because I'd stuff celery, 5 sticks of celery with it. I really like celery with. But I can eat the celery without that. It doesn't require that. So scent attracts me more than a craving for something in particular. You know what I mean? I'll smell something and think, boy, that smells good. So, What were you going to say? You wonder?
I wonder if your lack of taste might have to do with your sinus issue.
Maybe. I've thought that too. So.
Have you ever tried the neti pot? I've done that before.
Yeah,
the neti pot's
that's what I was using. Yeah, I have one. That's what I was using. And I also have the face mask, so I get lots of steam.
Oh, sweet.
So,
Perfect.
So, but it's gone on for long enough that I know I'm really detoxing my sinus. Well, you know, I mean, just the stuff we breathe alone is terrible, you know. And then I work in the garden. When I bought this house, one of the things I found out was there'd never been anything here. There's never been anything industrial. There's never been anything. There are 6 houses on the street, and then we're in Cleveland National Forest. So there's nothing here. And that's good because the soil then is pretty clean.
Yeah.
That I do work in it all the time. And of course that means I'm breathing it.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Well, just as long it seems under control. It doesn't seem really bad that you need to go. I don't know. Are you okay? Do you need to go see a doctor?
No, I do have some Chinese herbal stuff that I can take for sinus. That's really helpful. I've taken it before, and you know, it's not a problem at all. So I think I'll take some of that, and see how that works.
You stopped all your Meyer lemons, right? You stopped doing those.
I stopped all lemon and all lime.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still put a little bit of vinegar in my salad dressing.
Mm-hmm. But are you using the apple cider, or you're not using balsamic, right? Because that can be sweet.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not using balsamic. That I knew would probably be a problem. Mm-hmm. I do like to do it as a reduction and put it on vegetables and stuff, but I've just avoided it altogether.
Yeah, right now, Deep Spring, avoid it. That's smart. Good. Well, it sounds like it's going good, and
it is. There's lots of accomplishments, really. I mean, I really do feel that I have plenty to focus on as far as progress, and I'm definitely motivated.
Good. Yeah, I know both of you are very motivated, and that thrills me. And the results so far have been so amazing, and hopefully, that keeps you, the motivation keeps you going and wanting to see more results. So just keep doing what you're doing, and don't stress about anything, and keep up your breathing for sure. And don't slack on the water. That's huge. Definitely keep up the water thing. And
I am drinking more water. I'm actually noticing that I didn't used to notice thirst a lot. I would just know that, well, it's time to drink water. But particularly if I was in the garden, or if I'm working, preparing, or serving food, I know, okay, you've done this for 40 minutes. You need to go drink some water. And part of it is it's so warm here most of the time that now I'm noticing that I just need to have water with me all the time. Mm-hmm. So even when I went to the hospital with Sarah Marie, I took water with me. So I didn't forget.
And you would have forgotten in the past, right? Would you have
forgotten? I would have been focused on getting her there, and, maybe I'd stop by a water fountain somewhere, But no, I took, an 18-ounce container, and I drank all of it when I was on the way there, which was Temecula Valley Hospital, and back to Lake Elsinore. So within 2.5 hours, I drank all of that, and then halfway filled it again. So
good for you. Good for you, Paula. That's awesome. That makes me happy. Woohoo!
Yeah. The water's not a problem. I think maybe it would be a good idea to not so much increase the alkalizer as to make a smaller, make a 12-ounce or so in the morning, and then make one in the evening. maybe increase the number of them.
Yeah, the late afternoon pick-me-up. Yeah, it's definitely encouraged, especially in deep spring, to have one later in the day as well. It's the perfect snack. It is really the perfect snack. It gives you everything you need.
Fortunately, the one thing I do love is spinach. I could just eat spinach, like 5 times a day. I love spinach. So I buy those gigantic bags at Costco, and I eat the whole thing every week, and way before it's time to go back to Costco. I always like spinach. I used to have a sauteed spinach, just barely sauteed, just to hit that pan with a poached egg on it for breakfast. So, and then wedge of couscous cake, which is out. That I used to eat, spinach and a poached egg a lot. So if I can continue that, and just a touch of nutmeg on it is really nice.
Oh, yummy. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
you could do that too. That cauliflower bread with the spinach, and you could do the avocado with the lemon and a little bit of, well, you probably don't want to do coconut milk, but you could do just water with a little bit of avocado and lemon and make kind of a creamy sauce too, to do like the eggs benedict.
Oh, yeah. Just mashed avocado is really nice. In fact, avocado with a little cumin is really nice too.
Yeah, good. So keep trying to change it up as much as you can. And I mean, I guess it's kind of a blessing in disguise that you don't have much taste buds, so you don't probably have much appetite. But keep sorry?
Yeah, I just laughed.
Yeah. But like you said, the Alka-Geyser in the afternoon is a great option just for, even if you sometimes don't even want dinner, you could have an Alka-Geyser. It's a perfect dinner. But keep up. Don't get hungry. I know you're not hungry, but it's smart to always have those snacks available. Those hard-boiled eggs and beef jerky.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't eat the jerky, but I do have the hard-boiled eggs. I really enjoy them.
That's perfect. Perfect. Well, good job, ladies. I'm super proud of you, and keep going. I know right now is a hard time, and for some people especially, there's a slight few that haven't switched yet, including myself. I still haven't. I honestly don't know what's going on, and I'm really trying to work with my stress, because I truly believe that's what it is. But don't give up on the program. It truly works, and it will switch over. And Paula, if you've switched off or you're not seeing the weight loss, but just keep noticing all those other benefits and the inches and, the pain that's gone away. And I
do have a feeling, Mel, that when I switch and don't keep doing this back and forth thing, because I think that's what I've done. I think I've gone back and forth like 2 or 3 times. I think when I switch hard, it's just going to go boom. From there. So I just have to find those, and like I did with the lemon, I got the lemon and lime, I got rid of that. I just have to find the things that are interfering and increase the things that help, like the activity, but find the things that interfere and just cut them out. One after another.
For me, I mean, I know this is kind of a weird thing to talk about, but the poop and all that, but I think it's the stress for me because I am pooping regular, but it's not like the large amounts. And I almost feel like it's not backing up, but it's not all releasing, like almost it's release. So that's why I feel like it's going to come too, and then it's just going to come,
I have the same thing going on.
Yeah, that's how I felt those other days last week. I just felt like it, like I said, not quite building up, but like there was something in there, and before it felt like very light and very whatever, and all of a sudden I just felt really heavy in that section. I was like, ooh, there's stuff in there that needs to come out. Just come out.
Exactly. And it will. Just keep doing what we're doing. And I mean, there's obviously some tiny bit of sugar getting in somewhere, or the stress really can do it. It's crazy, but it can.
Yeah.
So if you're dealing with, I know you work a lot with people that are in desperate situations, and just try not to.
Yeah, and I think the hardest part of it is there are people that you know that you cannot help, and that there are no local resources to help them, and that's really difficult, because if they're asking for help, then they are motivated and they do want it.
Right.
And so unfortunately, you know, it's like anything else. There's so many resources, they're finite, and people to do the work, or, you know,
Right.
A lot of people are working and they really can't they have some expertise, but they're not available, and that stuff is difficult. So
try maybe some extra breathing, and try, like you said, some extra walking if you can, safely. Yeah. Make sure you're safe.
Yeah, I will. I'm very cautious. My alarm system, I don't have one of those things like if you fall or something. I have a ladder. I get on the roof. I know how to, I've been doing things all my life, so I just do them. But I do have on my alarm system, I have a fob, and so I can call the fire department or the police department right from my alarm fob. So Perfect. I wear it around my neck. If I go patch something on my roof, I've got that thing on, or, you know, wherever I go, I'm always there.
You had better not be getting up on your roof, repairing your roof. You call me and I'll drive from Colorado. You do not get on your roof. Are you
I've been doing that stuff all my life. I don't fool around too much with electricity. I'll change an outlet or a switch or something. But and you know, the stupid thing is, I will call AAA, but I won't change a tire on a car. But I'll get on the roof and not even bat an eye. We all have our stuff.
Paula.
Yeah. Just, you know, I just have been that way. You just get up and do whatever you got to do.
I know.
And it's not too bad. You know, it's not too bad, really. I mean, I know how to handle a ladder. And so I'm good. I wish I knew how to build a house. That would be amazing. I think it's too late for me to find a mentor.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit overrated, I'll tell you.
I once wanted to build a dome.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
There's
a lot of those out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, neat. Okay, well, we're just a few minutes before we can go ahead and round it up, but have a great weekend, you guys. I'm so proud of you, and just, like I said, keep doing what you're doing and stay strong. And if you keep sharing on Facebook, if you have any struggles or any victories, and enjoy the weekend. Stay away from that chocolate.
Tomorrow's a blue moon.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
I love that. Those big moons.
Totally, me too. And Andy, you enjoy your ham.
I will. I'm very excited that I get to have a really good ham. I'm perfect.
Yay.
Have a good Easter.
Yes, happy Easter to all of you.
Yep, happy Easter. Have a great weekend, ladies.
Okay, you too.
Okay. Thank you, Mel.
Good night.
Bye-bye.